James. And the Lakers now boast 2 top 10 players. Kevin, this is a team with legitimate championship aspirations.
And DA, that's the standard for the Lakers organization. Thanks for that report. Let's now to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for Drummond.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Washington and Zeller are in the middle. And it's Hayward, and there's Monk, and it's Graham in at the point. And for Los Angeles, LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Caldwell Pope out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Drummond in at the center, locking down the middle.
And with LeBron James managing to extend his prime, the pressure is on this Lakers organization to make the most of it.
Yeah, you're right, Jay. I mean, it's the kind of pressure you want, though. I mean, getting those superstar players is the hard part. Finding that supporting cast, that's the hard work part.
Tip-off goes to the Lakers. Schroeder looking around. Pass to Davis. LeBron outside. This one for 3. Second chance shot. And Davis throws it down hard.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways. And that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
And Zeller kicks to Hayward. Got a piece of it. Now here's LeBron. And the pass to Davis. Back to Schroeder. 4 on the shot clock. Shoots over Graham. And it's Schroeder missing. And so it's Hayward with it. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. The Lakers beat them last time when these two teams met in Los Angeles.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
Well, you know, the ball movement was lacking. And, Greg, you know, things got stagnant. That's why that offense looks so off.
Charlotte shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
The first one falls. And the official start of the season, Chris. Is there any opening day for you that sticks out in the many years you played in the NBA?
One opening game, and I don't remember who we played, but I know it was with Allen Iverson. And AI and I had meetings before the season, and we were talking about just how much we wanted to win. We knew we were coming up on the end of our careers, or I remember never entering a preseason with so much hope, because I knew that he was in, I knew that I was in, and we knew that we both wanted it so bad. So I think we both scored 30 or did something crazy like that. I don't remember, but coming out with him that preseason was so special because I knew we were going to set the tone for how our team was going to play, and we were engaged that year.
Davis against Hayward. And Davis can't get it to go.
I love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
Hayward passes to Graham. Back to Hayward. And it's sent back by Drummond.
An intimidating big man with physical tools that are hard to come by. Drummond loves to send shots away.
He dishes it to James. The shot will not fall. And the Hornets now going the other way.
Just 1 for 5 from the field now? I mean, they've come out flat. They need to pick up the energy.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it.
Caldwell Pope passes to Drummond. Schroeder with the ball. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, he attacks the glass with a ferocity that you have to see to believe. Rebounding, that's his forte.
The floater. Here's Zeller, and that one drops for him. Zeller's got his third basket of the night right there.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
LeBron passes to Schroeder. Back to James. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
As good as LeBron is at moving the ball, he's not going to pass up the jump shot if it's there for him.
Graham surveying the floor. Shoots over Schroeder. No good off the back of the rim. Looking at the last game for the Lakers, it was a loss to the Rockets. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Davis. LeBron's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Oh, powerful presence on the court. It's hard to match James' strength inside.
Here's Graham. He's guarded by Schroeder. Hit his leg.
Kick.
And the official saying it was kicked. Los Angeles on D. The shot's good from Gordon Hayward.
Quick decision maker. Hayward wasting no time. Launches it right out of the catch.
Outside, Davis. Kicks to LeBron. Trying to get open is Davis. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to go on Gordon Hayward.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And reportedly, LeBron James spends over $1 million a year just on training and maintaining his body.
Well, money well spent. I mean, for his age, the most minutes played in NBA history, he's doing everything possible to extend his prime.
First one falls for him.
For all those people waiting for LeBron to start showing his age, you might not want to start holding your breath. This man's got a lot of time left in this league.
And James drills them both. And coming up as an only child in difficult circumstances, LeBron James said he had to grow up early and take charge of his life at a young age.
Yeah, that's what made him such a solid person and a great basketball player. And ever since he sought control of his own destiny, Kevin, he empowered trusted friends along the way. He's paved a new path for players taking ownership of their careers.
That's in there. Davis with the assist. LeBron's got 8 points.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
At the elbow, Zeller. Dishes it to Monk. Banked in off the glass.
Anytime Monk gets room to shoot, especially inside, he's such a crafty guard who you want to see pulling the trigger from inside.
Bounce pass from Drummond. And they double up Davis. The kick out to LeBron. Passes to Schroeder. Fires the three. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
An elite passer in his position. I mean, James always seems to make the right decision.
Graham dishes to Hayward. Zeller passes to Hayward. Poked away. Here's Washington. James covering. Clock at 6. Monk, no one around him. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Inside, Davis. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Davis has got his second bucket of the night.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first. Andre Drummond, still a very potent scorer inside, Chris, but he's leveled off a bit with his production.
Yeah, Kevin, he'll get you about 15 or 16 a night, but I don't know if he'll ever be a 20-point-per-game type of scorer. He's working on his free throws, so he could get there. A lot of fans were hoping that he'd grow into more of a scorer, but it seems like he's best off as a complementary offensive piece.
Chance to look at some stats for Schroeder. How he did last season. Put up about 15 points per, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
Yeah, GA, I like it because he's not overcomplicating things. I mean, he's just playing to his strengths and taking what the defense gives him.
Monk kicks to Graham. Goes up at the stripe. Rebounded by the Lakers. On the wing, James. And James throws it down.
That's just crazy athleticism from James. His vertical is through the roof.
Pass to Zeller. The dish to Hayward. Shoots over Schroeder. And the Hornets miss again. And here's the Lakers. They're on a 17-6 run. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Well, you just got to respect the leaping ability of Drummond, leaving the floor effortlessly, throwing it through the hoop.
And here is Monk. And Davis sends it back. They recover it. They get it back. Tries yet again. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Graham. He's guarded by Schroeder. Here's Monk. True on the 14-footer.
And Monk is a good shooter from the mid-range. He's only going to get better the more he looks to shoot from there.
Pass to Drummond. To the middle. Here's LeBron. A rebound by Washington.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
You talk about players that have transformed their bodies in the NBA. How about Gordon Hayward? Has added muscle every year while maintaining that speed and agility.
And he knocks down the first one. You know, Greg, when he came into the league, Hayward looked so young. You almost don't recognize him now.
I mean, the suit of armor from his time in the weight room and the hair looking sharp to match.
Terry Rozier's checked in for Charlotte. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one every time.
Schroeder passes to James. Back to Schroeder. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
At about an 82% clip a season ago, so I'm sure he'll take those numbers.
That's good from Schroeder. Well, if teams are getting shaken up a bit, coach is usually the first to go, get fired. Do you think teams get too trigger happy with that aspect, coach first and then looking at the team?
Yeah, I do. But unfortunately, if you're the head of the team, that's the responsibility, and that's kind of that's your job, to take all of the heat. Being a coach is such a thankless job. You don't get thanked unless you win the championship. If not, it's like, good job, okay. We don't care about the fires you put out. We don't care about the players you develop. We don't care about the chemistry you built. You didn't win, and so, yeah, coaches are usually the first to go, and it's unfair. But hopefully they have some connections and they have a good resume, because they'll be back around somewhere else. They'll pop up somewhere else.
They sure will. The Lakers have made 3 free throws so far, haven't missed any.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
No good on that one. And the second free throw, good. So Rozier will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. 7-point differential. And the Hornets call time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Let's take a look at the players who were the best on the glass a season ago. Number 1, Andre Drummond.
And, you know, he took a lot of pride in being at the top of that rebounding list. When all was said and done, he was a man among boys.
Washington passes to Rozier. He kicks it to Zeller. Charlotte moving it around. Here's Hayward. Tries again. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
He's perfect from the field this quarter. He's giving them the fits out there.
Hayward against Schroeder. Loads it up for Davis, and it's Davis finishing it off.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. The pass to Monk. They get a hand on it. And Davis sends it back. And it's the Lakers on the break. And LeBron throws it down.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Here's Rozier. He's coming off a 40-point game against Miami. Out to Hayward. Takes a 3. Here's Zeller. And Davis sends it back. James against Rozier. Caldwell Pope outside. Back to James. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Yeah, true. But now it's about sustaining their energy and maintaining the focus.
Washington. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Chris, when it comes to offensive rebounding, who does the best job of creating second chance opportunities now?
Oh, it's 2 names. Andre Drummond, Steven Adams. And the toughest part about it is, as a defender, you don't only have to worry about guarding your man, going over and helping, but then you have to worry about guys that are just hanging out in the rebound painted area, just waiting for their turn. And so it takes the wind out of you, it tires you out, but also your mental focus that game is all over the place, because no matter what you're doing, you always have to come back to the thought, oh no, now box out, because this guy's a beast on the boards.
Bridges, he's checked in for Gordon Hayward. And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they had a very strong bench, not only with their scoring, but how they impact rebounding and passing. I mean, one of the better benches in this league.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Here's Rozier. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Los Angeles leading by 8. And the Hornets have had a strong bench for a while now.
Yeah, depth isn't a problem for this team, Kevin. Having a formidable starting 5, though, has been. They need to consider trading some depth for an upgrade at the starting position.
And it's Schroeder missing.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
The shot by Monk is no good. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Rozier against Schroeder. There's 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Misses from short range. High arcing shot. He lays it in. Rozier's got his second basket of the night.
Oh, even from that range, the floater is one of the toughest shots in the game.
Here's Schroeder. In it goes. That's his 3rd bucket. He's missed 5 so far.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Passes it to Zeller. Down to 5 on the shot clock. 9 feet out. And it's Monk that time on the assist by Zeller. And that's now 8 points for Malik Monk.
And the firepower that Monk possesses on offense, it's impressive. An explosive scorer who likes to pull up from that range.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. They kept going to him again and again, and he delivered with a monster quarter. We'll get right back to the action when we return. LeBron James is the all-time leader in playoff field goals made, and he had this to say about his ability to nail clutch shots.
I always feel like I got it. I always feel like I got it in the clutch, no matter what's going on throughout the course of a game. Even when you're struggling at times or you're not shooting the ball particularly well, I just feel like it's going in.
And you know, Greg, that's the type of confidence you got to have.
The words of a leader. James has proven time and time again that he's dangerous in late game situations.
And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Showing no mercy right now. The shooters look frustrated seeing so many of their shots get stifled.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for the Hornets, they've got Batum. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Hernan Gomez. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Bridges in at the 3 slot. Caruso, the pass to Harrell. Davis finds Schroeder. From 20 feet out, and he hits the jump shot. Schroeder's got 12. Hornets trail by 6. They swipe it. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Schroeder leading the charge.
And Batum has arms that go on forever and ever and ever, which is why he's so dangerous when it comes to shot blocking.
Back to Bridges. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit the last few years. The city hosted the All-Star game last season, but for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons without a playoff appearance and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. In that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. But Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all are. David, thank you.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
And one of those little spark plug guys, Terry Rozier, plays the game with Greg, I think, a chip on his shoulder.
I mean, the story goes, as a kid, when his temper flared, his mother would have to sit on him until he cooled down. He's learned to channel that fire and emotion into his game.
Schroeder outside. Over Rozier. And it's Schroeder missing. Hornets have gone a sensational 5 of 5 from the field since the start of the second quarter. Bridges misses. Looking at the last game for Charlotte, it was a loss to the Heat. Caruso kicks it over to Schroeder. Pass to Harrell. To the paint, here's Caruso. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Caruso's got his first bucket in this one. Outside, Batum. And the rejection by Harrell. Count it, and the Laker lead has been cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Hernangomez.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Schroeder against Rozier. Hernangomez grabs the miss. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for Charlotte. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
Oh, and Batum just has astounding body control, which is what allows him to hit shots despite obvious physical contact.
Back to Schroeder. Pass to Caruso. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. Tipped away. Batum with the steal. Here's Rozier, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And here's what the schedule for the Lakers looks like. On Sunday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets. Then on Monday, they'll face off against Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz. The Hornets shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Chris, you've been a commentator for the NBA Vegas Summer League. Amazing how much that event has grown.
Oh, how about this year? The Chinese, the Croatian national team. I mean, come on. It's just this is a global game, and we're bringing all of them to Vegas to let fans go up in there and watch them and watch rookies at a young, early age and see the best players. I mean, this is awesome. You got to love how forward-thinking the NBA is. This is really cool to watch.
It is. Now Harrell. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And it's Schroeder missing.
The D hanging tough and stopping what would normally have been an easy lay-in.
Bridges passes to Rozier. Back to Bridges. 6 to shoot. He dishes it to Batum. That's short off the rim.
Even when the D is playing off of him, the mid-range jumper shouldn't be the shot they're looking for.
That one goes. Count it.
Good anticipation on the feed. He knows exactly where to go with that ball.
Kicks it to Biyombo. Batum scanning the floor. Now the pass to Rozier. Here's the teardrop. Misses the layup.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Nice pass. I mean, putting in work on the interior. Gotta love it.
Outside, Davis. Dishes it to Schroeder. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. Hernan Gomez has got his 5th rebound in this one. Now, here's Rozier. Defense is right there.
Nice work on the glass, but his defense was even better. Really has an impact on that shot.
Here's Schroeder. And no good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. And he slams it one-handed.
Oh, you gotta love Rozier. Skying up for the dunk. Really seizing the opportunity and capitalizing with this tremendous leap in the boot.
Outside, Davis. The dish to Schroeder, looking to get it going. And a missed layup.
If he was shooting even a little bit better, the story of this game would be a lot different.
Outside, Batum. To the middle. Here's Rozier. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Bounce pass, Schroeder. Here's Davis. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Hornets leading by 6. Here's Batum. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Rozier's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The Lakers shooting 36% in the second quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively here. Lakers working the ball around now. Here's Davis. And again, unable to change momentum here.
And they continue to control the glass.
Bridges misses. And here is Los Angeles now, trailing here by 8. Here's Caruso, defended by Batum. Here's Schroeder, and he banks in the layup. Schroeder's got 6 points in the quarter.
Oh, I love it. He's working the ball down low. Always a good plan of attack.
Passes it to Hernan Gomez. And Davis sends it back. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Now, here's Rozier. 14 points for him. Here's Hernan Gomez, and it's good for 2. Hernan Gomez has got his 2nd basket of the night.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
On the wing, Davis. Back to Schroeder. Over Rozier. Misses off the left iron.
Well, he hit that 1 3-pointer in the first quarter. Still none so far here in the second.
Now, here's Batum. He's guarded closely. Tries from 16. The Lakers with the rebound.
You hate to let those easy chances slip through your fingers.
For so long, the Hornets have been a perimeter-oriented team. Chris, now they need to find an impact big man.
Yeah, well, Jay, remember, they did have a couple of good years with Al Jefferson, where he was a force inside. But that was the last time the team made the playoffs. More balance in their attack would do wonders for this offense.
Davis kicks it over to Schroeder. From deep.
How he performed last season. Averaged about 9 points a game last year. 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all they need, especially in tight games. 1 or 2 plays can make all the difference.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridge is also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Caruso looking for an opening. Davis dishes to Schroeder. To stop the drought, Herman Gomez grabs the miss. And Gomez has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Bridges against Schroeder. And the rejection by Harrell. Biyombo with it. Picked up by Davis. Rozier for 3. Rebounded by the Lakers. Davis has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Second shot opportunity. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And part of the reason they're down is that they haven't been as strong in the paint here in the second. And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Drummond's checked in for Anthony Davis. James comes in for Kyle Kuzma. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Dennis Schroeder. The free throw off from Harrell.
And we haven't seen them get to the line as much here in the second quarter. They might be settling a tad too much offensively.
41 seconds left in the first half of the game. Fires at the elbow. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got his 7th rebound here tonight. To the inside. Here's Harrell. Bridges with the board. Hornets leading by 8. Monk with the ball. 8 points for him. Pass to Graham. Lets it fly. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got 8 rebounds in this game. Caldwell Pope passes to Harrell. Count the basket. Harrell's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Well, then Caldwell Pope really sees the court well. Everyone knows this guy can shoot, but his passing is also outstanding.
Monk for 3. And no good that time. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've set the tone. They love their tempo.
Thanks a lot. LeBron, are you getting the ball where you want to get it?
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq after the first 2 quarters. Charlotte in control. 6-point lead. And that's going to do it for us.
Even first couple of could turn out to be a try to gain an edge. Can you say LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Kentavious Caldwell Pope. And it's Drummond in at the 5 spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Schroeder, left side. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Zeller. Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season. The Lakers second.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Hornets with the rebound. They've led by as much as 10.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Monk for three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Davis has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Caldwell Pope right side. Pass to Drummond. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Drummond's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Lakers. And here is Graham. They get it again. Great positioning on the putback. And the Hornets lead by 6.
Oh, they needed that. I mean, they were getting a little tense after starting the half 0 for 3.
Here's Schroeder. A rebound by Washington. Washington's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Here's Monk. Caldwell Pope with some nice D.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
That's just superb concentration despite getting hit. James is just excellent at scoring through contact.
Well, you look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg. He might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
Free throw good, James. And so Graham will bring it up for the Hornets. 3-point lead. At the top of the key, Monk. Here's Zeller. He's got 10. And it's sent back by Drummond. And now here's Davis, the fast break opportunity. And finished off by LeBron.
Now, whether he's driving, posting up, firing from deep, you know LeBron has it all. It's been a fantastic evening for him.
Here's Monk. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. On the wing, James. Defended by Hayward. LeBron dishes to Drummond. The kick out to LeBron. Shot clock at 5. Caldwell Pope outside. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got his 4th assist in this one.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And the Hornets call time here.
A championship standard in L.A. with the Lakers. The expectations will always be high.
Oh, yeah, Jay, you've been there with me. I mean, we both look up in the Raptors and seeing those 16 championship banners up there. I mean, with LeBron James in the fold, the expectation is to get to 17, 18, 19.
Here's a look at some stats for James. Last season, he played outstanding. He put up about 27 points a game, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. And you look at his scoring, he was #1 on the team last season.
His ability to play through contact, his exceptional concentration, that's what makes him a great finisher.
Washington passes to Zeller. Now Graham, still looking for his first bucket in this one. The dish to Monk. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Caldwell Pope.
And Monk is an interesting player, a combo guard with fantastic scoring potential, quick on both ends of the floor.
It's his first trip to the line.
Free throw shooting, not an area he has worried about at all. How about last year, 88% from the line?
Free throw drops for Monk.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they'll be one of the more disciplined teams you'll find in this league. I mean, they keep mistakes to a minimum on both sides of the ball. That's a big part of why the Hornets are tough to play.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And Chris, for the Hornets, as we know, their coach Borrego preaches preparation.
Well, yeah, and it shows it up in the stats, Kevin. I mean, they're the best in taking care of the ball. The team does not take silly fouls on defense.
Lets a floater go. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Graham with the bucket.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Hayward against James. Caldwell Pope outside. Trying to get open is Davis. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. Hornets have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. And Hayward with the stuff.
And this is why you got to keep Hayward out of the paint. He loves to try and finish around the rim.
James looking it over. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
For Los Angeles, they have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7. And the first one at the line is good. And so he makes both from the line.
And typically not this reliable at the line, but tonight he's been terrific.
Graham with the ball. The pass to Monk. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Hayward.
His scoring has not been there at all tonight. I mean, it tells you a lot about their team that they have the lead anyway.
And that one drops. James has got it all tied up now for the Lakers.
The biggest fear any opponent has, I mean, watching LeBron go to work inside, I mean, you know what the results are going to be.
Back to Zeller, and stolen by Drummond. From the wing. That one rolling around and rims out. Charlotte shooting pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. Monk kicks to Graham. Hayward outside. Over Davis. And Hayward gets it to go. Hayward's got 4 this quarter.
And this is one of Hayward's strengths. I mean, keeping the medium-range shot alive.
Loads it up for Davis, and it's Davis finishing it off.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. And here is Graham. Passes it to Washington. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Schroeder. And it's Washington missing. For Los Angeles, they've gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. For the lead, here's Davis. Makes it off the glass. Davis has got 14.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Now, here's Monk. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out there.
Here's LeBron, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Now it's a 4-point Laker lead.
Well, with the role he's on this quarter, they're going to keep going to him. Get that lead even bigger.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Pass to Monk. Jacks up a 3. Rebound the Lakers. Davis has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him.
If his performance this quarter is any indication, I don't think he's the one who's going to let them out of the hole.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
Oh, Kevin, the coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy buckets like this, GA.
And guys, at this point in his career, Anthony Davis just entering his prime. Crazy to think when you look at what he's already accomplished thus far. The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And the Hornets call time here. And we are talking about Anthony Davis. How do you even put into words, Greg, what he is able to do on the basketball floor?
I mean, he's entering the conversation among the best big men of all time. On a nightly basis, dominating in so many facets of the game. Really, it's remarkable.
Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. Terry Rozier's checked in for the Hornets.
And a quick check of the stats for Drummond. Coming off a terrific season. First in rebounding, 8th in steals, and he finished among the top 10 in blocks, bringing that intimidation factor to the paint.
And getting back to the fact that he led the league in rebounding, you know how hard that is? What a tremendous asset to the team.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward-thinking about is always accepting new ideas. And they've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, a postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
DA, great assessment, good report. Thank you so much. That free throw good from Caldwell Pope.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And the Hornets making a change here. Bridges checks in. And Caldwell Pope drops them both.
And Caldwell Pope is a guy you cannot leave open at any time. He just a very good shooter from any spot on the floor.
Rozier against Caldwell Pope. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Here's Schroeder. And Hayward with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. Here's LeBron, and he has 28 points for the game. Feeds to Drummond. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Drummond's got the lead up to 12 now for Los Angeles.
Orchestrating this offense, James. So crafty at distributing the rock.
Stolen by Caldwell Pope. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Cody Zeller. The Lakers have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And he makes the first. Good on both. Hornets trail by 14. Here's Graham. Hayward outside. Zeller dishes to Hayward. Will it go? Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Here's James. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And I just love the skill set that Markieff Morris has, Greg, at that forward position.
He really is a do-it-all type of forward for this team. Can step outside and shoot, but has no problem guarding anyone on the front line of the opposition.
Free throw good, LeBron. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. He's off on the second. Hornets trail by 15. Pass to Bridges. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Andre Drummond picks one up.
Just good at drawing fouls. Bridges plays well in traffic and through the contact.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. First one drops.
Yeah, and the confidence Bridges plays with, really admirable. This guy knows he has the talent to compete in the NBA.
Both free throws good from Bridges.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Lakers leading by 13. Now here's Caldwell Pope. He's got 9.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
And this is his third trip to the line tonight.
And looking back last season, how about 87% from the line? So that's obviously nothing to sneeze at.
The first free throw is good. And Caldwell Pope drops them both. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for Charlotte. 15-point game. Here's the floater. There's another block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. For 3, Bridges. That one doesn't drop. So the Lakers will take it the other way. Here's James. And James throws it down.
He's not a guy who's going to sit back and settle for jumpers. He's going to get to the bucket every time he can.
Here's Graham. James covering. Graham with the bucket.
Oh, even from that range, the floater is one of the toughest shots in the game.
Los Angeles leading by 15. Morris outside. Inside, James, and the dunk by LeBron.
Look at Morris break down the defense on this play. If they leave one of his guys open, he's going to get it to him fast.
Graham, the pass to Hayward. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. And here comes the break. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And Caldwell Pope just knows how to run correctly in transition. He runs wide outside those hashes. He sees lanes and angles so well out there.
Kuzma against Rozier. And stolen by LeBron. The pass to Drummond. Kuzma against Rozier. Lobbed up there for Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 13 rebounds.
But you got to respect the shot selection of Drummond. He does not play outside of himself, always in control.
Hayward on the wing. Good on the baseline, Jay. Hayward's got 6 in the quarter.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. LeBron with the bucket. And the Lakers lead by 21.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now Hayward. 12 points for him. 11 seconds left here in the third quarter. Just 5 on the clock. From deep three-point range, that one misses. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Los Angeles on top, running away with it. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
This is how you quarterback an offense. He sees and anticipates what the defense is doing.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Lakers leading by 21. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Hayward. Then there's Terry Rozier. Then it's Bridges. And it's Graham in at the 2 guard. And the Hornets shooting the ball at 42%. Pass to Hayward. 3-pointer. Here's Biyombo. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle. And now a 3-point play chance here for him.
I wouldn't want to be the guy who has to keep him off the boards. He is a beast on the offensive glass.
free throw, no good. Lakers shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Kuzma passes to James. And he drops in the layup off the glass. James has got 37.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Hayward with the ball. Picked up by Kuzma. Hayward can't hit.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
They are just killing them on the interior.
So Rozier will bring it up for Charlotte. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played.
Defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And it's Drummond with the jam.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
You're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. Rozier with the ball. Pass to Bridges. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Rozier's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Oh, man, elevating his passing ability. Dimes like this from Rozier help him establish chemistry with his guys.
Kuzma passes to Caldwell Pope. And here is James. Graham defending. Pass to Morris. Caldwell Pope outside. No good on the 3. Charlotte's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Biombo, the pass to Bridges. And here is Rozier. Gets that one through the hole, make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
Oh, he'll take advantage of that kind of soft defense every time. Just give him a chance to attack the basket, and he will.
James, and the dunk by LeBron.
And it's great to see Morris concentrating on dishing the ball. A highly skilled big man. He sees over defenders with his height.
Here's Rozier. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
As hot as he's been, it still has to be him who leads the charge and helps turn this game around.
Rozier against LeBron. And there's the pass to Kuzma. Drummond. It's good on the putback.
How about the aggressiveness by Drummond on the boards? If you don't box this guy out, he'll blow past you for the jam.
Graham dishes to Hayward. His three-pointer's off the mark.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Wow. The size of Morris helps him down low, especially when he decides to sky high for the dunk.
Rozier kicks to Biombo. Hayward against Kuzma. Looking to end his cold spell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Kyle Kuzma picks one up.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
Chris, I read this the other day, the NBA announcing the development of the BAL, the Basketball African League. They feel there's a lot of untapped potential there. I would tend to agree.
I'm so excited. I already put my name in the hat to go out there and work with and help develop these kids. Oh, yeah, I'm excited. I mean, just think about this. You want to know what type of talent is out there? Let's just start with Akeem. Then we go to Mutombo, Embiid. He's from Cameroon. How about Antetokounmpo, who has Nigerian parents? I mean, we can keep on going. How about Ibaka helped find Siakam? Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
There's some talent out there, baby. And, yes, I'm excited for the BAL, the Basketball African League. Africa, stand up, baby.
And so he hits both.
And with Hayward, you get a little bit of everything, the scoring, the passing, the rebounding. I mean, an all-around threat.
Cook looking it over. Here's Drummond. Hornets with the rebound.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent. He avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
First free throw is good. And with a younger generation of fans cutting the cord, Adam Silver has talked about ways, Chris, to make the games, the NBA games, more accessible.
Yeah, and as a guy, Kevin, that played on the West Coast, I know many people aren't happy with this idea, but I say move the games up an hour. Move it to 6 o'clock so that I could watch LeBron on the West Coast when I'm living on the East Coast and be to bed by a normal time where kids can stay up. But how about the streaming? I mean, you can watch it on your phone. It's so many better and different ways now. I mean, before, if you were traveling, you could never watch a game. It's because you had to be by a TV set stuck into a wall. Now, that's your phone, your pads, and everything else. So I love the game. It's becoming more global because of the expansion and how we've gotten players out there in front of fans. And now, with the access that fans have through some type of mobile device, I just love it. I love it.
Hayward outside. Here's the three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Hayward's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
Left side, Davis. Caldwell Pope outside. Takes the three. They get the rebound. Here's Davis, and Hayward with the block.
A rare block shot by Gordon Hayward. He has the instincts to do more of this, but neither the suddenness nor the strength.
Hornets trail by 20. Here's Graham. Passes it to Monk. Over Caldwell Pope. That misses off the backboard. The Lakers have gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. One negotiating concession the league wants from the Players Union: prospect attendance, Chris, at the draft combine and team-wide access to player physicals.
Well, this is a tough one because I don't think that a team that is not interested in you should have your physical. And we all know that information is shared, and so it should be genuine in the teams that are truly interested. And so I understand agents holding back on that. Medical information is something very serious that just because you have an opportunity to be drafted, your information shouldn't be spread all across the world just because you're at a combine. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out, but basically you just want a level playing field for everyone. And if we have that, it'll be better for everyone.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
No, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
And he can't get the first one. And the Lakers making a change here. James is checked in. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Zeller's checked in. He hits the second from the line. Chris, it seems like some teams have been in rebuild mode for a long time. Is there a point at which the league should step in and maybe, I don't know, take over or give them guidance?
You know, I really do. And not because it's necessarily the fault of the team, because, it's tough to win a championship. But to be a perennial bottom dweller, basement dweller, it's not good for the fans. And fans like myself, every year comes the first game, we think, hey, we can win a championship, we could do it. But, you know, our thought process is not based in knowledge. It's just based in our hope and will for the team. So you definitely want to keep teams straight. You want to keep them honest. And I think the league could find a way to step in but not step on the toes of ownership.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
Oh, I do too, Greg. You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game.
Graham, the pass to Hayward. From 15 feet away, and it's Monk that time on the assist by Hayward.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often.
Oh, look at him fly!
Get out the way!
You love how fierce James is, a ferocious dunk artiste.
And so Graham will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. "14 feet away, Washington, and he uses the glass on the layup."
Look, when the D will give it to you, that's where you want your shots coming from, arm's length from the bucket.
Shooter passes to James, over Hayward. Out of bounds, Charlotte takes possession.
A flat-out loss of concentration. That kind of turnover will drive a coach crazy.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Marcus Hall's checked in for Andre Drummond. Dudley comes in for Davis. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Monk for three. Rebounded by Dudley.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
Oh, man, did you see him close that gap? What a great job. He made the shooter feel uncomfortable.
Here's Caruso. LeBron dishes to Gasol. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Gasol's got his first bucket of the night.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Outside Martin. Monk for three. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And when you give James a lane to the basket, he's going to dunk it hard. Amazing watching him just glide through the air.
Now here is Martin. C-Web, the NBA always trying to improve every aspect of the game, and that includes officiating.
Yeah, and it should include officiating, one of the most important parts of the game and one of the toughest jobs within the business of basketball. I mean, these guys are making calls on the fly without the advantage of the camera at home that we have watching through the screen, or without the advantage of slow motion technology. So first of all, kudos to the refs that go out and give it their best every day. We have the best refs in any of sports, I believe, and we still need to improve on that. The league recognizes that, and I love the fact that everybody's doing it together.
.153 left in the fourth quarter. Here is Cook. Out to the right wing. Puts up a three. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it, just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Lakers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with one game left against this squad.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for LeBron.
Oh, man, anticipation, instincts, energy, all his tools were on display tonight as he lit the place up.
With a floater, and it's Cook missing.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Pass to Gasol. Here's Caruso. Pass to Dudley. Here's the teardrop. Yes, that goes in.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
That's why they're in the driver's seat right now, looking to put this one away.
Martin, the pass to Hernan Gomez. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Oh, the timing couldn't have been better on that assist.
11 seconds left in the fourth. Outside Gasol. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge. By courtside. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. When you have two teams that are this athletic, what type of game you think you're going to see?
Well, you know what? Sometimes it can lead to guys trying to do too much, but when it's at its best with this kind of athleticism on display, I think you're going to see a high-octane, fun game.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Washington and Zeller are in the middle. And there's Monk, and it's Hayward, and it's Graham in at the one spot. So it's the Hornets now, after LeBron James's miss. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
Well, you got to do more than that to stop LeBron. I mean, he's strong, and when he gets up ahead of steam, he's a freight train.
And now we go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Frank Vogel. David.
Thanks, Kevin. I asked him which part of their offensive scheme they feel confident in, and he said, to no surprise, outside shooting. He told me our guys can flat out kill it from deep. So we're going to try to get that dialed up early on. We will see, Kevin. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David. Now LeBron, after Gordon Hayward's three-pointer that didn't go. James, the pass to Davis. Hayward with some nice D. Last outing for Charlotte was a loss to the Heat in Miami. Pass to Zeller. Graham kicks to Monk. And it's sent back by Drummond.
A high motor keeps Drummond engaged defensively. He doesn't want to let any shots go in.
There's another turnover by the Hornets.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
Lakers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Passes it to Davis. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's LeBron. Almost, but it rolls out.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. And Kevin, lots of standing around and watching by the defense that time.
And he makes them pay, doesn't he, Greg, huh, with that emphatic slam.
And, guys, that'll get his heart rate up a little bit, I can tell you that. Watch out. He can be a dangerous player when his motor is revved up that way.
Over the last decade or so, the Hornets haven't had a lot of success, Clark, in the draft.
Well, you take a look at it, guys, and they've traded away a multitude of picks, and picks that have turned into guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Tobias Harris, two outstanding young players. They've missed on the picks they've kept. I think they've got to do a better job of building from within.
good from Schroeder.
And, you know, quite a bit of turnover for the Lakers in recent years, guys, from the front office to the coaching staff. I think it's always important for an organization to have a common voice to speak in stereo and have everybody in proper alignment from the top down to the court.
Schroeder hits them both. And as the Lakers have looked to fill positions, Clark, a real affinity for candidates with the Lakers' history.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. They view it as a family, but here recently they've expanded their options and have looked outside of past Laker pedigree in terms of filling some key spots, which is part of what you have to do if you're going to move forward and be successful.
James dishes to Drummond. Back to James. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. But they get it back. Caldwell Pope passes to Schroeder. Lets it go with a three. James, no good.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's Graham. He's guarded by Schroeder. Free throw line jump shot. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. The pass to Drummond. Kicks it to Davis. There's the three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And the soft jump shot there of Davis. You got to respect his perimeter game.
Here's Graham. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Miami.
And we got to talk about his 4 steals on the night. That's a complete performance at both ends of the floor.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Caldwell Pope outside. Pass to James. Over Monk. Goes back up. In deep. Drummond drops it in.
This is what Drummond is known for, fellas. I mean, assertive, aggressive, relentless, hard-working. He's just a dogged offensive rebounder.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. Clark, there's nothing like opening night. Preseason in the rearview mirror. Now the games count for real. Terrific time.
Yeah, exciting for everybody because hope springs eternal for all teams in the league after you get beyond preseason. And the games do count. They start calculating and documenting W's and L's.
Checking out numbers for Schroeder. Some last season stats for him. Averaged 15 points a game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
Here's Graham. And Zeller kicks to Monk. 6 on the shot clock. Fires from deep. Doesn't go that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Davis, the pass to Caldwell Pope. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Caldwell Pope is very comfortable near the rim, cashing in from there.
Pass to Monk. Shot to stop the run. It's good.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
LeBron passes to Caldwell Pope. Back to LeBron. Schroeder outside, down low, and stolen by Zeller. For three, Hayward. Great D that time from James. Lakers leading by 5. Passes it to Schroeder. He kicks to James. That one, no good. Hayward with some nice D.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he be a little bit more selective tonight.
And the pass to Graham. Shoots over Schroeder. And it's Graham missing. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And it's Davis with the jam.
And I'll tell you what, guys, I think that's the best part of James's game. And he's got a lot of good parts, but his vision is otherworldly.
Graham, the pass to Zeller. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got 6 rebounds here tonight. LeBron James on the wing. Lays it up and banks it in. LeBron's got his second bucket of the night.
You know, part of being an outstanding point forward like LeBron is mastering the pick and roll. And trust me when I say it now, he masters the pick and roll.
Here's Graham. Feeds it to Zeller. Kicks to Monk. Pass to Hayward. Zeller with it. Defended by Drummond. 1 for 3. And Davis pulls it down. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 15-6 run. Loads it up for Davis and finished off by Davis.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes a team.
Charlotte calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And the Hornets making a change here. Rozier's checked in. With a break in the action, we've got a chance now to look at last year's top rebounders. Number 1, Andre Drummond.
And, you know, he took a lot of pride in being at the top of that rebounding list. When all was said and done, he was a man among boys.
And here is Rozier. He's coming off a 40-point game against the Heat in Miami. Pass to Monk. Over Caldwell Pope. The shot by Monk is no good.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Now here's James. 29 points for him last game against Houston. Up again, and Drummond is right there. And the Lakers lead by 13.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Here's Rozier. Shot clock at 6. That's tipped, and for the ball out of bounds, Davis touched it last.
All right, a moment to check out the stats for Andre Drummond. Last season, he played outstanding. First in rebounding, 8th in steals, and he finished among the top 10 in blocks, bringing that intimidation factor to the paint.
And getting back to the fact that he led the league in rebounding, you know how hard that is? What a tremendous asset to the team. On its way from Monk for 2. He trains the turnaround jump shot.
Enjoying watching Monk handle the rock now. He has the ability to glide through the defense and does a nice job creating for himself.
When you watch the Hornets play, you can expect a very controlled game.
Yeah, you know, they don't push too much and make silly mistakes. Fantastic when it comes to minimizing turnovers, controlling the pace. They've been one of the best teams at keeping turnovers down since 2014.
Hayward dishes to Zeller. Charlotte moving the ball around. Hayward passes to Zeller. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And, you know, Hayward's floor recognition and composure, really impressive. Knows precisely when to pass over to the open man.
Now here's LeBron. He's got 6. Passes to Drummond. Schroeder outside. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. 9 points for Davis.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Now Rozier. He's still scoreless so far in this one. The floater. That shot off the mark. Great D that time from Davis. Lobbed up there for Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
And I like the timing, Kevin, that Drummond has on these alley-oops. That's not as easy as he makes it look. He knows precisely when to leave the ground to receive the pass and finish it off.
Now, here's Rozier. Hayward on the wing. The Hornets rebound. Washington passes to Monk. And it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Bridges.
And he's been on the upswing offensively these past few months. And you know how much they love getting all those extra points out of him. He's been carrying a much bigger load lately, and I think he'll just continue to get better.
Here's Rozier.
And you know what, call it great defense or poor offense. Either way, they're limiting their scoring.
Greg, bottom line is they're ahead on the scoreboard, and that's all that matters.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Now, here's Monk. Great D that time from Dennis Schroeder.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And, Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
And the trade for Anthony Davis a risk for the Lakers, but they feel, Greg, that both sides will find an extension this offseason.
There is mutual interest from both sides. Lakers made the trade confident Davis would resign. A bit of a leap of faith, but the Lakers did everything they could to secure Davis long term.
Clark, who are a few under-the-radar guys who really get it done scoring the ball at that forward position?
Well, I tell you what, a couple of names that come to mind. Bogan Bogdanovic,
yes,
outstanding scorer. Gallinari, and then John Collins, the young fella down in Atlanta. Those three guys are all a little bit undervalued as scorers.
Now, here's Schroeder after the miss from Malik Monk. Over Rozier. It's deflected. And they're pushing it up. Here's Bridges. Charlotte no good that time either. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. James against Bridges. James kicks to Davis. There's the pass to Schroeder. Clock at 6. For 3, Caldwell Pope hits the three-point bomb. Caldwell Pope's got 5 points so far.
defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here, Greg. They look to me to be a bit sluggish.
Now, here's Rozier. No points in the game yet for him. Pass to Monk to end the drought. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist.
You've got to get out on Monk now. He shoots a high percentage from outside the arc, and the form, perfect.
Pass to James. LeBron is doubled. He kicks it to Drummond. Caldwell Pope outside. Passes it to Drummond. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Over Bridges. Hornets with the rebound.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
The pass to Rozier. The three, and that's going to do it. Some good defense down the stretch to end the quarter. And so it's Los Angeles controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll return shortly. We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Lakers.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
We've got Montrezl Harrell. He's out there with Andre Drummond. LeBron James is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Caruso in at the 2 guard. That's the Laker 5. Now, here's Rozier. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Bridges. Here's Biyombo. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Biyombo plays with passion and enthusiasm down in the paint. Excellent at getting the defense to foul him inside. You look at a player like Bismack Biyombo, and I love his presence in the paint. A real rim protector because he's not only got length, but he's also got jumping ability and some girth as well.
The first one falls. And with Biyombo, the length of his arms, Clark, helps him with that great rim protection.
Yeah, you know, I agree. It's a blend of length and strength, guys. He can be a boulder on the block.
That one misses.
Boy, I like the tough-nosed nature of Bismack Biyombo. He's a dependable role player who works hard on defense.
And it's Schroeder missing. Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers in their last game, a loss to the Rockets. Bridges passes to Rozier. Back to Bridges. Now, here's Rozier. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. That shot missing.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
And you know what? That tells the story in a lot of games, guys. And here you go. It's telling the story tonight, too.
The Lakers have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
First one falls for him. And Clark, when you think back to your playing days in high school, what memories come to mind?
Well, just the fun of being able to have success all 4 years I was at St. Joseph High School in Cleveland, the way the city rallied around us my senior year when we had a chance to play for a state championship. Unfortunately came up short. The teammates and coaches and teachers that I had a chance to enjoy those 4 years with, all really fond, special memories for me.
And James Borrego, in his second year as head coach, wants an offense that relies on quick decision-making. They are looking to attack defenses early.
And, you know, that kind of offense, Greg, is one that's not easy to put into place. You've got to trust the players, and the players have to trust each other, and the players have to make good decisions. It's a steep learning curve, but I really think it's the ideal way to play once you get it all ironed out.
Schroeder outside. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Out to Kuzma. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. And here's the upcoming schedule for Charlotte. On Friday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Sunday, they'll tip off a road trip starting in Orlando and going up against the Magic. Hornets trail by 21. Batum scanning the floor. Now the Lakers on the break. Here's Caruso. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Now here's Rozier. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harrell. While we have the time, let's take a look at last season's best transition team. The Lakers second.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
Rozier with the ball. 6 on the shot clock. The feed now to Bridges. Shoots over Schroeder. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Drummond's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
You know, body him up all you want. It doesn't bother Kyle Kuzma. He's got great competitive spirit and skill.
Rozier kicks to Batum. Hernan Gomez trying to break free. A shot by Batum, no good.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Here's Caruso. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 25.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
How about the balance and focus? Knock Bridges around all you want, but he is determined to score.
One shot.
And that one falls for Bridges. Well, it doesn't matter where you place him in the lineup, Clark. Miles Bridges is going to make some plays.
Well, I love his rugged quality he has, guys. I mean, he can guard anybody at the 3 or 4 spot. Doesn't mind going up against guys that are bigger. Everybody knows about his athletic ability and dunking it, but he's got more in his package than that.
For Charlotte, they've gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. That's tipped.
Upping his intensity on the defensive end. Love to see that. Kuzma uses his length and athleticism to challenge and alter shots.
And, guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
Now, here's Rozier. Nicholas Batum unable to get his shot to go. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession.
And here we can check the story out on Terry Rozier. How he did last season. Averaged about 9 points a game last year. 4 rebounds and 3 assists. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contributions.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
And again, the Hornets missing.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Charlotte calls timeout. Clark, over the last couple decades, the role of the big man has changed and required more skill, outside shooting among them.
Yeah, that's one of the things. And then the ability to move your feet defensively.
Yes.
Because the three-point shot spaces the floor so much, and a lot of times teams will have 4, maybe 5 perimeter shooters out there regardless of size. So big guys, if they're going to play in that type of an alignment, have to be able to move their feet and effectively guard perimeter players and also make shots from the perimeter as well.
Amazing to see guys that big out there sometimes with a one-on-one with a guard, like on the three-point line.
No doubt. And also the big guys, we've got a ton of them, Kevin, across the league that can really knock down the three-point shot.
And the Hornets making a change here. Graham's checked in.
Looking now at some numbers from Montrezl Harrell.
A very nice season for him last year. 5th in field goal percentage, and he's a shot blocker as well. Top 20 in that category last season. Great timing and challenges at the rim.
And yeah, he's one of the most efficient scorers in the league for sure. Moves without the ball, avoids taking the bad shots. That's why he was top 5 in field goal percentage last year. Here's Graham. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. Graham's got his second basket of the night. Los Angeles leading by 22. And stolen by Graham. Got a piece of it. Biombo dishes to Graham. Back to Biombo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Rozier. It's good.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And here's Schroeder. Kuzma outside. Here's Harrell. And another shot, and that's 2 points on the layup.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
A difficult situation for Charlotte. Rozier kicks to Bridges. Pass to Graham. Now Rozier. And it's sent back by Drummond.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contributions.
And so Graham will bring it up for Charlotte. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That game is the first and last of their homestand. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. And now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. And that will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do on the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. Graham with the ball. He's guarded by Schroeder. Rozier the pass to Graham. That one's not going to go. So the Lakers will take it the other way. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Kuzma inside. Rozier defending. Drummond up top. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Houston.
And if you look at his free throw numbers, you can see what kind of pressure he put on the defense. He was in attack mode all night long.
Now, here's Rozier after the miss from Dennis Schroeder. Caruso kicks to Harrell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Los Angeles shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And the first one at the line is good.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
One way to protect the lead, knock down those free throws, and 100% free throwing for the quarter, that's superb.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Davis is checked in for Andre Drummond, and it's Caldwell Pope in for Alex Caruso. And both free throws good for Harrell. Well, Clark, at the college level, a coach was recently offered a lifetime contract. Think we'll ever see that in the NBA?
Well, you can't quite say never.
Right.
I said in college basketball, I never thought in my lifetime I'd see a 16 beat a 1 seed.
Right.
So never say never, but it's not going to happen.
Well, but you've got a lifetime contract doing this, so I guess it does happen in some quadrants.
Well, you got information that I don't have.
Charlotte shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
And the first one drops.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
James checked in for the Lakers. Both free throws good from Bridges.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Now here's James. He's got 8, and there's the foul. It's on Miles Bridges. That's his first foul. Caldwell Pope up top. Rozier defending. Caldwell Pope kicks to Davis. Another shot. And Harrell with the lay-in. Good. Harrell's got 6.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
Rozier the pass to Biyombo. He dishes it to Hayward. Takes the 13-footer, and that's good off the glass that time.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
James against Bridges. And they double up James. Outside for Davis. Schroeder, right side. Lakers passing it around. 6 to shoot. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Off target from outside. Hornets trail by 19. Hayward, left side. Passes it to Biyombo. James against Hayward. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Caldwell Pope. And Rozier pulls it down.
Boy, he has to put that one away. A solid opportunity gone awry.
teardrop shot. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Now here's Harrell. Last time out he had 14 points. Offensive rebound, Davis. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
Here is Hayward. Kicks it to Graham. From outside the arc. Rebound the Lakers. Schroeder's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Floats it up for Davis, and Davis throws it down.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Unless you're the team getting punched on. That would be the difference.
Here's Graham. Following the basket by Anthony Davis. It's stolen by Schroeder. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Schroeder leading the charge.
Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
You know, and not leaving anything to chance either. That's why he takes it right to the bucket.
Now here's Hayward. And the shot goes in. Hayward's got 4 points this quarter.
And as a wing player, Hayward's just so good at attacking the basket. I think that's a big part of what makes him special. Doesn't take much of an opening for Hayward to make his move.
Here's Harrell. He has 6. To the middle. Here's Schroeder. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And looking now at some numbers for Anthony Davis. Great showing for him last season. He was around 26 points per game, 12 rebounds, and almost 2.5 blocks. And he's such a big presence for them on the inside.
Yeah, whether it's sending shots back airmail or cleaning the glass, he's the total package.
The first free throw is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. So Rozier will bring it up for the Hornets. The pass to Monk. Over LeBron. LeBron grabs the miss. LA's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. The Lakers shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. 16 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Harrell dishes to James. And the layup's good off the glass. James has got 10.
Hard to play better defense than that, guys. But right there, James simply overpowered him.
From deep. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. The Lakers on top as they end the second quarter on a 14-6 run. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Kentavious, you guys were getting a lot of offensive rebounds in the first half. How important was that?
That is important, man. We got to keep them off the glass. We can't get them second shot. We got offensive rebounds as well. Get us some second chance at the basket. Just keep working hard.
Well, you made it work in the first half, KCP. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A tremendous game we're seeing from Anthony Davis. He had 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 steal. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
I love how they opened the game up. They pushed the ball up court at every opportunity, and they put the defense on their heels. But it wasn't just a track meet. It was a well-thought-out strategy that the coaches had way beforehand. We'll see what adjustments get made to try to stop their transition game in the second half.
And, big fella, your thoughts on the Hornets?
Well, you live by the 3 and you die by the 3. And today, they're dying. And as cold as they've been behind the arc, they keep firing from deep. What are you doing? I know they got a lot of ground to make up, but they can't continue with this game plan. Not working.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the floor for Charlotte, Washington and Zeller are in the middle. And it's Hayward, and there's Monk, and it's Graham in at the guard position. Now, here's Monk. Good on the bucket. Graham's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Hornets.
Love the unselfishness of Monk there. I mean, love seeing him find the open man.
Here's LeBron. Oh, what a dunk!
Nothing out of the ordinary there for LeBron. I mean, insane athleticism.
Well, there are some guys that just look to score, Clark, whenever they can. And Malik Monk is one of those players.
Yeah, he's an electrifying offensive player. And he reminds me a little bit of the dynamic and it seems like ageless Jamal Crawford with his ability to score in bunches. Not saying that he ignores his teammates or anything like that. It's just that he's a scorer, and when he's on the court, that's what he's thinking about doing.
He misses the free throw.
And, you know, there's no question about it. Hayward is an exciting player and an athletic forward who can really, really score.
And he's good on the second. The Lakers with the ball. LeBron kicks it over to Schroeder. Pass to Drummond. LeBron outside. 5 on the clock. And another field goal in this total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now, here's Hayward. He's got 5. Pass to Graham. From the line. They get it back. And, oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And Malik Monk is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Lakers passing it around. James. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. For Charlotte, they've gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Graham surveying the floor. Passes it to Monk. Here's Washington. He's guarded by Davis. 4 on the clock. Here's Graham. Off target from three-point range.
Clearly out of rhythm now, guys. I mean, just 1 for 5 to begin the second half.
And it's Davis with the jam.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player, is Caldwell Pope. Love seeing that.
Graham, the pass to Zeller. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Here's Graham. He's guarded by Schroeder.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
And here's James. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. And finished off by LeBron.
You got to keep this guy away from the basket. I mean, that's about as easy as it gets for LeBron.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
The pass to Hayward. Over James. That one a little long. Lakers have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Davis dishes to James. Fires for 3. But they'll get another chance. Gordon Hayward comes up with the rebound. The Hornets have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Looking to get it going. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Now here's Hayward. He's got 5. Can't connect from short range.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
And finished off by LeBron.
You cannot give James these types of opportunities. That guy is relentless.
Graham kicks to Zeller. Here's Hayward. He can't hit that time. Good D by Drummond.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there. Textbook. Nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Hornets shooting around 24%. Not a good showing here. Graham with the ball. 6 points for him. Hayward outside. Shot clock at 5. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
And let's check out stats for James. He's coming off an excellent season. Averaged about 27 points a game last season. 8 assists and 8 rebounds. And his rebounding is what's most impressive. He's shown tremendous determination on the backboards.
And it's a big asset for this team. I mean, he blocks out on the defensive glass, and then he keeps balls alive at the offensive end.
And stolen by Graham. Hayward outside. Hayward missing again.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage jump there.
And they double up James. Pass to Drummond. He kicks to Caldwell Pope. Shot clock at 6. Step back shot. Again, the Lakers.
Yeah, a big part of this run here has been their ability to score from mid-range.
Here's Graham. Pass to Zeller. And here is Graham. Hayward outside to stop the run. Drains the three-pointer. Hayward's got 8 points.
Yeah, he didn't get a chance to knock one down in the first, but the defense left him a look, and he nailed it. He'll make them pay when he's open.
Pass to Davis. The fader. And it's in off the backboard. Davis has got 20.
As dangerous as he is inside, Davis gives opponents nightmares when he's able to get to the mid-range. He's very reliable when he steps back and takes the jump shot.
Now here's Hayward. 8 points for him. LeBron with some nice D.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Schroeder against Hayward. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And LeBron James, Clark, climbing the all-time scoring list. Last season passing Michael Jordan. This season, Kobe Bryant. Clark, any chance LeBron someday passes another Laker great, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, for the most career points in NBA history?
I think it's simply a matter of his health, because if he stays healthy, then it's not if, but when. By the time his contract runs out, guys, in 2022, he'll be right in that neighborhood of my all-time favorite player, and I think the greatest player to play, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
The free throw drops for James.
Still playing at an MVP level, LeBron James, the greatest player of his generation, and some would argue of all time. We can't take for granted what we've been able to witness.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. Bridges, he's checked in for the Hornets. So he gets them both. And now in his mid-30s, LeBron showing no sign of slowing down.
Man, his dedication to training and really maintaining his body, second to none. Alongside his prodigious athleticism, it seems that's made a huge difference. And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Caldwell Pope passes to LeBron. Back to Caldwell Pope. To the inside. And James throws it down.
So special and exciting to watch greatness. LeBron James tonight playing at the highest level.
Graham kicks to Bridges. Here's Monk. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Kyle Kuzma picks one up.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Lakers.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Free throw drops for Monk.
Boy, Monk is so lethal and efficient as a scorer. I mean, great range, always hunting his shot. I'd like to see him work on his passing, but, man, he can put it in the basket.
Terry Rozier's checked in for Charlotte. He hits both from the stripe. Now here's Caldwell Pope. 7 points in the game. Here's Davis. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Davis has got 6 points in the quarter.
And, you know, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
Now, here's Bridges. 7 points in the game. Now Rozier. And stolen by Drummond. Loads it up for Davis and finished off by Davis.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I think the pass was even better. I mean, that was room service delivery at its finest.
Here's Bridges following the basket by Anthony Davis. Monk, the pass to Rozier. Zeller controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Caldwell Pope outside. And there's the pass to LeBron. Back to Caldwell Pope. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Now, here's Rozier. He has 5. Here's Washington. And Charlotte turns it over again. Alex Caruso. He's checked in for the Lakers. Biombo, he's checked in for Charlotte. And Caruso's got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. Now the dish to James. And James throws it down.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Rozier kicks to Biombo. This is to Monk. Count that bucket. Monk's got 11 points.
Monk's got deceptive strength. You got to respect that. I mean, the defense throwing themselves all over him and at him, but he's still concentrating and knocking down the shot.
Here's Caruso. Back to James. Lays it up off the glass. James has got 16 points here in the second half.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Rozier against James. Now, here's Rozier. Guarded closely. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. We've got 1:28 left in the third. Biombo, the pass to Rozier. Just 4 to shoot. Charlotte needs to get a shot off. The shot by Monk is no good. The Lakers shooting so far very efficient all around, about 55%. And that one's good, Caruso.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Now, here's Monk. 11 points in the game. Zeller with it. It's stolen by Davis. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. And Davis throws it down.
How about the leaping ability of Davis? Easily gets off the ground to throw it down. And he's a quick jumper and decision maker.
Here's Monk. Here's Rozier. Pass to Zeller. Here's Bridges. Monk for 3. And it's LeBron James with the rebound. James has got 4 rebounds in this game. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's Caruso. He has 7. 6 on the shot clock. Floats one, and the layup is up and in. Caruso's got his 3rd basket of the night.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Montrezl Harrell. Markieff Morris is out there with Kyle Kuzma, and it's Caruso in at the shooting guard position. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Now, here's Kuzma. And they pick up 2. Kuzma's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Lakers.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here's Rozier. Drops in the layup for 2.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
Cook looking it over. Clark, take us inside the halftime locker room in the NBA.
Well, players typically just regroup individually. There may be some conversation between the players as a group, but then the coaches will huddle, evaluate what transpired in the first half, what adjustments need to be made, and then they'll communicate that to the team. And it's basically a time to rest and regroup for the players to adjust and strategize for the coaches.
Clark, you think there's any videotape review in there, maybe showing players certain sets, certain schemes?
In this day and age, for sure, with the use of iPads and technology. If you go back to my time, there was no quick turnaround of video in the halftime locker room.
Right. I do know officials do that, too, in their locker room at halftime.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah, we felt it. Even over here, we felt it.
It's the best way to do it, as long as you don't get teed up for it.
The putback, great positioning on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
That's good from Cook. Clark, it feels like we're seeing more and more of this, but bench celebrations and reactions at both college and pro levels.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? I think it's an outgrowth of the social media platform.
You're right. I agree.
I think there's no question, because anything that can be done that's creative and fun is going to find a life on social media and maybe go viral. And guys know that. They're aware. I mean, this generation has grown up with social media, so they understand that they could be seen beyond just the arena if they do something pretty clever.
And you and I are sitting over here watching it. We're laughing as much as anybody else, aren't we?
Oh, I'm not denying that it's fun. I love seeing it, actually, but on occasion it does get a little carried away.
Here's Morris following the score by Charlotte. Here's Harrell. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Two.
And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Harrell. Clark, we hear a lot about the young basketball players in this country, the good ones playing in the AAU system. Is that the best way to develop talent for the NBA?
It's one of the better ways because the competition level is quite good across regions and throughout the country with these AAU teams. I think there's some great AAU programs and some tremendous benefits to participating in AAU basketball. Some things are better than others with it, but overall I think it's pretty solid.
To the paint, here's McDaniels. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. McDaniels got his first basket of the night.
And, you know, Batum is really good at sharing the ball. An unselfish guy who does a lot of winning things.
Here's Kuzma. And again, the Lakers, no good.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
Graham. The shot that time, not on target. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Caruso, the pass to Cook. Here's Caruso. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
The Lakers making a switch here. Gasol's checked in.
You really got to admire the reach of Gasol. He's excellent at utilizing those long arms of his to turn away shots.
Here's Graham. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And here is Los Angeles now after the basket by Charlotte. Here's Cook. And the layup's good off the glass.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
And if it doesn't, this is only going to get uglier. I mean, that's no way to defend a player of his caliber.
Here's Batum after the basket by Los Angeles. A nice shot by McDaniels.
You know, Batum is not just a scorer. He's a really good all-around player, very effective at finding the open man, too.
Here is Cook. Outside Gasol. Regarding super teams, Clark, you and I have talked a lot about this. Many fans view them in a negative light, but they're actually something we've seen around in this game for a long time.
Yeah, you're right. So often we become prisoners of the present and we forget about what transpired in the past, but the Celtics in the 60s were as dominant as any team in the history of the game. The Lakers in the 80s, the Bulls in the 90s. But I guess fans have a complaint because they feel those teams came together more organically compared to what seems to be a movement by free agents that has led to dominant championship teams, although the Warriors pretty much have built their championship team through the draft.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the score by Charlotte.
You know what, just a little fancy on that possession there. Just go up in rhythm.
Pass to Graham. Kicks to Batum. Fires from 14. Rebounded by the Lakers.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
And here is Graham. Hernan Gomez passes to Batum. And there's the foul. It's on Quinn Cook. That is his first foul of the game. Los Angeles making a switch here. Dudley's checked in. The Hornets also with a sub. Martin's checked in. Now Graham. Passes it to Martin. 5 to shoot. 17-foot shot on the way. Shot's good by Hernangomez.
They've cashed in on a lot of second chance opportunities here in the second half. That extra effort will help them cut into this deficit.
Here is Cook. Do you think it helps the pace of the game with the NBA recently modifying the shot clock rule that after an offensive rebound, it doesn't go back to 24, it goes now to the new number, 14 seconds?
Well, I really like the rule because you don't have to bring the ball over the half-court line, which is 8 seconds, so it makes sense, and it does speed up the game, in my opinion. Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
Here's Caruso, covered by Martin. Here's Cook. The Hornets pull it in. Hernangomez has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Graham with the ball. And the pass to Hernangomez. Morris against Martin. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And he makes the first. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Clark, the two-way contract, a relatively new invention that gives players time in both the G League and the NBA.
I love it, Kevin, because it's another pathway for those aspiring to be NBA players to have a legitimate shot to make their dream come true. The G League is just a notch below the NBA in terms of overall talent. And so I love the fact that players who desire to be pros can have a pathway to get to the NBA by being part of the G League as well.
And these G League players are having an impact, aren't they? They're making a difference on a lot of teams.
40% of the players in the league have spent some time in the G League, so it speaks to the impact the G League has on the NBA.
First one falls for him. And just like his brother Powell, Marc Gasol active in humanitarian causes.
I mean, we saw him volunteering on rescue boats in the Mediterranean. Mark doing his part, but also bringing attention to that humanitarian crisis.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Los Angeles. Gasol drops 2.
As he enters his mid-30s, Marc Gasol showing no signs of slowing down. If anything, I think he's a better all-around basketball player.
Here's Graham. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. They get Marc Gasol. And through his first 8 seasons in the NBA, Marc Gasol made a total of 12 three-pointers. Nowadays, Greg, he'll make more than that in a month.
And you ask around, he's always been capable. A great shooting touch. It's just a different job description for big men nowadays.
The first one falls. Clark, a lot of fans ask us what qualifies as a legal screen versus a moving screen. They feel there's a lot of gray area there. What do you think?
Well, I think there is some gray area because the problem you have, one of the problems is a number of veterans out there have become really masters at getting a little extra into their screen, which borders on illegal and many times is. So the league is doing a pretty good job of clarifying it. If you're moving your lower or upper body to help a teammate, with your screen, then that should be called. And most times it is called as illegal. A hip check, a shoulder, any of that to set a screen is illegal.
Here is Cook. Inside. Kuzma inside. The layup off target.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
He's off on the first. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Charlotte. So he comes up empty at the line. Clark, should the NBA consider widening the court to even out the value of those corner threes?
You know, that wouldn't be a bad idea, Kevin. But I also like the fact that there's a deep three at the top and on the wing. And then you've got a little shorter three if you can get to that corner. Widening the lane to make that three more in line or symmetrical with the deep three at the top. I kind of like having a short corner three.
I agree with you. Here is Cook, following the bucket by the Hornets. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
That's good from Cook. And so Cook nails both of them. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Pass to Martin. Like we've had sponsors on the uniforms for a couple of seasons now. Do you think everyone's grown used to seeing them?
Yeah, I think it's a normal part of the landscape, and it will take a little more time. I've noticed them myself as I've watched games. We're certainly a far cry from looking like NASCAR drivers, which I think is a good thing. You want them to be done visibly, but not overdone.
And he knocks down the first one. Good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. For Los Angeles, they've gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Kuzma outside. Pass to Dudley. Back to Kuzma. Just 5 to shoot. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. To the inside, Martin, and finished off by Martin.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
So it's the Lakers now, following the bucket by the Hornets. It's Gasol missing.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
20 feet out. Here's McDaniels. And finally they hit one.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Lakers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with one game left against this squad.
And believe you me, they'll be gunning for the sweep in that third meeting.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Anthony Davis.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel. And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
Here is Cook. Left side Gasol. No good there.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Here is Cook. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Anthony, tell us the focus for the team coming into the game tonight.
Well, you know, before we started the game, you know, Coach came in and told us that we knew what we had to do.